Welcome to this week's Bushel Up. Happy April 1st. The month of April's finally up on us, and we're inside because quite honestly it's raining, it's cold, and it's windy outside, which is typical for Nebraska this time of the year. We get the nice warm up, then we cool off, we get cold, we get rain, we get snow like last couple weeks ago. And so here we are. We're continuing to talk about emergence, the importance of that. While we sit and wait, kind of at the starting gate here, we want to make sure we're doing everything we can to help our corn and soybeans get out of the ground successfully. We've talked about we start with our foundation. That's kind of our pre-game plan, getting our nutrients, our fertility right, crop protection, nitrogen programs all in place. Now we focus 100% of our attention on emergence and how do we get out of the ground. So we talked about the importance of planters. It all starts with the planter. Everything else, all the tools in the toolbox don't work if you don't do a good job with your planter, don't get it set right. But then we move on to some of the tools that we do have. We talked last week about seed treatments. There are a lot of options, a lot of protection we can put on that seed. I like seed treatments. I think that's our first line of defense when we talk about getting seed out of the ground. I love the PGRs on the seed when we can put hustle on and we can signal that plant to germinate sooner, grow roots and shoot out of the ground faster. That's what it's all about. We'll talk about some in-furrow solutions. We've talked about those in the past, but I want to talk about our other tool, the planter box treatments. These are all delivered usually in a talc and graphite mix that we need for planter flowability. To plant seed nowadays, most of the air planters, that's what they're recommending. 90% of the planters out there, I'm guessing now, are using some sort of talc and graphite mix. So we have a tool to deliver that, some other mechanisms. So when you look at what we have in our lineup, we have 5 solutions this year. Our first is for the guy that's got a good in-furrow program. You're spending the money on the seed treatments, doing all that right. We go with Stride Bio, a talc graphite mix, carrying some micronutrients, some calcium, some zinc, some manganese, along with some amino acids and some biologicals. And where those really enhance those seed treatments is if we're trying to get that plant out of the ground, we're pushing it, sending it the hormone signal to grow faster. We want to supplement that with all those extra things that it needs to grow, such as amino's and those micronutrients. So that's what we're after. Low cost option, gets you in the game and adds a little extra boost. We're seeing a 5 to 7 bushel increase just by using the talc graphite on top of what we're already doing. And then we go to our Trailblazer lineup. Typically that's for the grower that doesn't have an in-furrow solution. You don't have in-furrow on your planter. We launched our Trailblazer portfolio last year with Trailblazer corn, bringing you, again, some micronutrients. We really like that zinc. To me, that's key early in the plant, along with some of the biological products out there, some microbes, some mineralizers to free up nutrients, as well as a root enhancer that causes roots to regenerate, grow faster. And it's all about getting that initial root system. A couple more tools that we've added to the toolbox this year is the rootworm platform. For those of you that have been using the captures and the bifenthrins, you probably have realized they just don't provide as much control. Rootworm always continued to outsmart us. Even some of the traits where we have issues with traits holding up, this is just an extra layer over the top. Brings a biological insecticide into the mix to suppress rootworm pressure, repel them out of the root zone, and protect those roots from the feeding. Not going to kill rootworm, not going to control, but it gives us an extra layer. Not a standalone. I caution everybody, these aren't standalone rootworm products. If you have pressure, you need to be putting an insecticide on or a trait, but this can give us a little extra boost. And then a lot of people ask about, what about soybeans? Well, we have 2 soybean solutions. If you have untreated soybeans, we have a solution that brings you some of the fungicides and stuff that normally we do with seed treatments. And then we have just a straight up soybean talc graphite box. Again, bring you microbial activity, bring you micronutrients right on the seed. All that stuff little plants need to get started. Kind of like formula for a baby in the initial milk. We want to make sure that little plant has everything it needs. It all starts with how we kick things off. Emergence is key. It'll drive the yield potential of your field for the rest of the year. So a lot of great tools. The other tool we'll talk about we're launching today is our GDU calculator. We try to project GDUs out 10 days based on the forecast so you know what kind of heat are we accumulating. Are we warming up? Is this a good time to plant? Is this a dangerous time to plant where our temperatures are going to invert 2-3 days from now as that seed starts to crack? Great tool. If you want to be on that list, please reach out to your local sales rep. We send that out via text or email every morning, and we pull from local weather stations from the Nebraska Mesonet system to build that out for you. Something we've had for 7 years. I look at it every morning. It's never perfect. Weather doesn't always, the weatherman's not always right, but a tool to guide you a little bit about when you want to start ramping up and when we maybe want to hit the brakes. With that, everybody stay safe this week. I think we'll keep the planter parked. I was hoping to go this week, but does not look nice at all, so we'll keep planting and keep talking. Talk to you later.